Got that vision right, counting gold, streets and ice. Backpacks from Dior, Middle East and spice. Pay to win, want the cake, you can have a slice.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, and hello and welcome to another episode of Buckle Up. And man, oh man, what can I say? I think the best way that I'm going to try to introduce this incredible human being, she's a cut-through artist. I'm going to start off like that. She knows what she wants. She's coming at it. And she's, of course, Lebanese Canadian based in Berlin right now. She has an incredible talent. Her versatility, I feel she can do anything. She surprises me with single after single after single. It feels to me what she, because of her background and because she feels that she maybe doesn't belong in a specific place, what she's able to do is impact everybody. And that's what's powerful about the artist that we're about to chat. And I can stay for another 5 minutes introducing her, but I'm telling you, this is somebody that you should go and follow right now, even before I continue. The one, the only Mougleta. Hello, fam.
Yo, thank you so much. What an introduction. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much. You're real from day one. You've just been supporting. So it means the world to me, really.
Fam, music is one of those things that when you hear somebody performing and singing, there's a lot of thinking and brain, whatever. Like, khalas, it hits you, it hits the core. And every first second I heard you, I was like, who the hell is that? Like, wow. And then it was like boom. So listen, I'm going to start off with saying, how you doing first? Like, how is everything? I mean, COVID-19,
That's been crazy with COVID and everything, but thank God all is well. I'm here in Berlin. I was visiting my family back in Beirut. So back in Berlin now, but I'm so excited. So many things coming up.
Yes, that's it. If you're saying so many things coming up, that's how I wanted to start, because 2020 for you, like, wow. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, you started the year with what was it, Valentino Rossi? That's how it was. It
was Valentino Rossi. That's
what a
true,
record!
Because you got it.
What a record! I'm like, wow. And then obviously you didn't stop. Like the whole, you released that. You released, of course, the what was it? The one from the original TV series, Nice to Meet You.
It was Nice to Meet You from Baker and the Beauty. That was awesome as well. That was really nice to have that,
We're talking about it, but I'm just telling you, mashallah, you kept releasing songs, and 2020 for you, I mean, every single artist I know said, yes, we had COVID, but at the same time, it allowed them to write more, release more. Are you in the same vibe? Are you feeling this?
Firstly, I want to say thank you so much, because you've known me for so many years now, and I think, I know that I wasn't consistent with releasing music, right? So there was a certain time I had my EP, when I was a couple of years ago, and then it wasn't very consistent, especially with my own singles. I've been doing a lot of collaborations, but
Fact.
I was like, who am I as an artist? And and then when I met an incredible label. Shout out We4, they're amazing.
Shout out to them.
Based in Berlin, and they're so great, and they were like, you know what, like, and my awesome producer Hubi, shout out Hubi. You know how difficult it is, and all artists know that, how hard it is to find the right match, the right producer, it's difficult to really find that. And thank God, alhamdulillah, like, I really did find this producer. And then he said, listen, I got you. And we're going to day in, day out, we're going to just sit in the studio. We're going to create. And I work with an incredible also co-writer, Boki. He writes all the songs with me. So we just went in the studio, and Big House, I'm telling you, like I said, we got to go all out, because it motivated me even more. Once the COVID came, and then a lot of plans for me really were canceled. There was a lot of things where I was supposed to do, especially with Rossi. But I was like, listen, nothing can stop me now. And now with the internet, you got to go all out. You got to be putting them out. You got to be
Did I tell you in the beginning, cut through? You can see it right now. Just cut through personalities. You're incredible, Mougleta. I'm telling you, fam.
I don't stop talking. No, but I'm so
that's amazing.
No, but you know what? I'm so passionate about this especially what I'm saying is because I hear so many up and coming artists. I know it's tough, and I know not everybody can, every single month, right? If you're fully independent, I understand it's hard, but really I realize you need to with now the day and age that we live in, you should, until something hits, you gotta keep moving, and I don't want to stop anymore. And this is why I feel like I built a good foundation, and now 2021, I mean, I'm coming all out. I haven't coming all out. I haven't started yet, but
Wow.
I'm preparing.
Oh my God, she's saying that now. Like, I'm telling you, the records.
Something's coming out soon.
The record, mashallah alayki, but okay, couple of serious questions kida for you, okay? Now, yani, obviously you're Lebanese Canadian. You were born, raised a little bit in Dubai, right? And so the concept of home, I've always find it interesting for you, Matmi. What's home for Mougleta? Like, it's like, it's an ambiguous answer. Are you able, from the time we met until now? Obviously, you can check out an old interview we did before and hear, mashallah, evolution. From the time we met till now, what would you say is the biggest evolution in Mougleta, other than being consistent and dropping songs?
You know what? I feel I have finally found myself, right? Wow. I've been doing this for many, many years. Whoever doesn't know, I've been putting out tracks on SoundCloud. I have probably over 100 songs. I don't know, out. I have some, even I don't even have my name on it. So I've really been going at it, but I can tell you that I know who I am. This is very important for me because I felt for many years I was little, and it has also something to do with my upbringing because it is kind of confusing. I'm like, am I this? Am I that? Am I this sound? Do I look like this? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? And then I said, you know what? Just do. And that's what's so great about my team. They said, go to the studio. Don't think we're going to make music. We're going to do great music. Don't think I want to have this sound because I want to look, I want to put a... I just do, and do means yourself. That's it, And
what was it? What was it? What was the point that you found yourself? You're saying you found it. How?
Valentino Rossi.
My baby is a sugar boy. He roam like a motor boy. He kissed me and I cry a storm. Kick down and I risk it all.
That moment, we were in the studio, and again with my producer, he looked at me and he said, right now, what you're wearing, how you are, what you did, this is you. And I said, what do you mean I'm wearing this this and this shirt and this? He said, but this is you. And why in other things, you're doing this and you're trying to do this and you want to straighten your hair. And he said, your hair is beautiful. It's curly. Put it out. Do this. And I said, you know what? I just got to be myself. And that's what it is. And these are the things that I wasn't scared anymore to go to the studio and sing about things that I wanted to sing about and be myself and have so many years I've always been trying to look different, trying to straighten my hair, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying,
I hear you.
Just as an artist, I wanted to feel 100% authentic, and I especially felt that when I did Valentino Rossi and when I did Madness and all the Lonely Girl, all the songs I released in 2020. Felt, you know what, this is me, and I didn't care if nobody fucked with it, but if I like it and if I feel something in my heart and I have a connection with that, then that's powerful.
Oh my God, yeah. I love what you just said right there. I think I'm gonna kind of ask a follow-up question on that, because many, especially sisters, that there's a pressure on how to look, what to talk about, what was it for you? Were you scared of being yourself, or were you scared that being yourself won't work? What was it for you that made you, until you of course did Valentino? What was it?
You know what? It was a mix. First thing, it was insecurity, which of course I still am. I'm not saying I'm 100% the most confident person, but I feel it was is this enough? Will this hair be...
Hands down, it is enough. Hands down.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. I love it. No, but will this... if it's not, is it too plain? Am I looking like not, certain things like that, questioning
Gotcha.
myself. And also confusion, because I am a confused child. No, but I was just always like confused, like, because so many people, right, they were telling me things like, you got to wear this, you got to do this, how about this, trying to make me another artist. And I was like, I don't want to look or be like anybody else. I don't want it. I want to be me.
And that's very Mougleta, what you're saying is very important here, because it's like okay, of course, being you, but then you had this kind of roller coaster life. You were in Dubai, Beirut, then you kind of moved to Berlin, and subhanallah, everybody has a course and a path, and you were able to make that happen in an incredible fashion way. And I think it's just fascinating for me to watch you two things: grow, evolve, get even mature in the music business world. It's been amazing, because I don't know, okay, you make it look easy, fam. Like, mashallah, the records that you drop.
Oh my God, it is.
Fam, mashallah. Okay. Lonely Girl, one of my favorite records for you. Where did Lonely Girl come from? What? Tell me about Lonely Girl a little bit.
Wow, but I want to say that, but what you said before, I just want to say thank you so much, and we'll talk about it later, because I want to tell you something after about that, of how my process was when I got here. And I think it's important for a lot of people, well, if they want to know, maybe they don't, but anyway.
Okay, talk about it right now. Let's do it right now. The process with you.
It means a lot to me, because I think a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people, but I think they don't understand, because, yes, I did, I started in Beirut and whatnot. And I think a lot of people think, well, how, well, this, that. First of all, thank you, because I work really fucking hard.
Hands down.
And, whatever it is.
Mougleta, sorry to interrupt you, but look, I believe in maktub, right? Everybody, there was this kid in Jordan right now. His name is Isam al-Najjar. He has his #1 Shazam track. He was just, his life flipped upside down. He did one song. Maktub. There's people that work for like 20 years.
You know what? But I want to get to that. And Russ said that. I really love Russ. Shout out Russ.
Shout out Russ.
He said sometimes it could take you a year for somebody, or it could take you 10 years for somebody. And this is also something I want to talk about later, because this is a struggle, I think, for a lot of artists, where we tend to compare ourselves with social media, because you don't see the steps on social media. You see the final result on social media. You don't see what it took. And it's okay sometimes, like you said, maktub, sometimes, subhanallah, it can be really quickly, and it can, but you know what, as long as I get a seat on that table, it doesn't matter how long it is, because I love what I do, and whenever it happens, it happens. But it is, of course, happening, and I'm appreciative of everything that is now currently, because what I have now, I wanted before, so I always have to appreciate that.
And what you have now is also a result of everything that you went through, good or bad, so you learn from bad people around you, good people around you. This happened, and this is Mougleta now. 5 years down the line, you're going to learn from what you're going through right now, and it's a process.
No, definitely process. You were telling me about Lonely Girl.
Lonely Girl, definitely, you guys. I mean, watch this whole interview, but then Lonely Girl, what a record, love it.
Engine running wild, banging doors, chasing highs. 100 bands, swimming pools, let me take a dive. Wipe my tears, chandeliers, swimming back and forth in the zone. Want it all, in the end we die alone.
I love it too. Well, thank you. That's a special one. That's a really special one to me. I wrote that guest with Boki, great writer, and Hubi produced it. And man, oh man, can I tell you, that day, it was so special in the studio. It was so special. And it was really just speaking of, the lyrics are really there. And I don't think it's a bad thing to be a lonely person, but it was very tough, going back to your initial point, that it wasn't easy being from where I come from, my culture, my family, to leave everything behind. And not like leave everything behind, that's dramatic, but you know what I mean, like leave my family and come here and sacrifice in a country I don't know the language. You don't even understand how difficult it was, especially the first year. And for at least the first 2 years, it was so difficult. So those I feel even till now, that's what it is. I'm all in this together, but it's not a bad thing. When I say lonely girl, lonely world, it's just that's what it is, and it's okay. And I fuck with myself. It's fine, because I think a lot of people look at that as a negative. But I started to realize, being here and being alone, I was always around with my family, that this song taught me that really it's so important to, I know it's cliche, but it is really important to be okay being with yourself, right?
Love that. Oh, love
And
that. I mean, yeah.
I needed someone, I was depressed or something, and I said, you know what, it's okay. It's okay, that, because at the end in the lyrics I do say that, I said all the ice on my wrist, all the money, and I've been through, you know, with my family, I've been through I've been through it all. I've lived this life and that life and whatnot, all for so many years. I've really been all around growing up. And I've realized money ain't shit. That's first of all. That's the truth. It's comfort, it's good, yeah, but it ain't shit. And really all those things, they mean nothing. So that was the main thing in the song, that as the world, I said, mad world, look what you've done to me. You made a bad girl feel so lonely. But that was okay. At the end, I said, at the end of the song, I was like, you know what, it was like this empowerment. It wasn't a sad, it was just, people look at it as sad or like lonely girl. I was happy. You know, that's me. I'm lonely, but it's okay.
I hear you. Talking about that, obviously, correct me if I'm wrong. Your dad is a drummer. Your mom used to sing.
Yes, my dad's an incredible drummer. My mom, she's a singer too, soprano.
See,
soprano.
What I'm trying to say is that you've always yani, gave me the impression that you're such a family also person, and you love being with your family, you know, friends. And so when you,
I just want to say, when I say lonely, I have people around me. I'm not saying I'm like a little, you know what I mean? You know?
Yeah.
Of course, I have lovely people that support and are around me, but that was that, you know.
When you moved, obviously to Berlin, you're talking about these couple of years. How difficult was it? Of course, again, your background, where you are, you know, you're in a new culture, new city, but one of the most vibrant cities in the world. How did it feel? Like, especially the first few months?
You know what, Bilhas, can I tell you? I just want to tell you quickly that when I was in Beirut, I actually never told anybody this, right? And it's a little bit of hope, I guess, if I say this and whoever listens to it. So I was in Beirut at this time. This was in 2017, I guess. And I was telling my friend, you know, I don't know what to do. I'm losing all hope. I don't know where to go. But I was confused, because I was like, I can go to Canada. I can go to the States. I can go, like, I have a home in many places, right? I've grew up in many places. And I was very, very confused. This was a very dark time in my life. And I will never forget this. And it was to the point where I was going to go back to uni, because I dropped out of uni. And my mom said, you got to get your ass, you know, Arab moms. She was like, honey, back to uni.
Yeah.
And I remember my friend came to me and she said, and I'll never forget this, subhanallah, she said, you know, Yasmin, I wish that somebody would just talk to you. Somebody would just approach you or find you or whatever. And I would always put out demos. I was always doing the work. I was always just hustling, sending out. And I'll never forget this. This was in December. I think it was like 9th, whatever. And I got an email from Patrick Pitts. I love him, incredible A&R at Universal Music Publishing. Wow. And he said, oh, yo, like, we want to meet you, come to Berlin. And ever since that moment, like, literally my whole life changed. And I moved.
SubhanAllah, see? It worked.
But go to your question, that it was very tough couple of months. It was really tough. I was living in like so many different houses, this, that, like, I was a hustle. It was a hustle. And I think that I never talk about these things. I never say things. People see the good things all the time. Yeah. And, you know, they think maybe I show some really nice things on Instagram, whatnot, but I don't think they really know. I mean,
no,
I know a lot of people try to come out here. I know a lot of people that try to go abroad and they couldn't last at least a year. So it wasn't easy. It was not easy at all.
And I totally believe that, fam. Like, because I mean, one of the greatest thing about somebody is when you make something look easy. And that's what I said. You make it look like, you know, you're the artist, but at the end of the day, you're a human before you become an artist. And it's okay to feel these feelings, you know. I want to ask you, like, I don't know who, because of everything that you said, because of your background, because of what you talk about and write about, who do you think are your audience? Because, and for me, one of the reasons I believe, that's my personal opinion, why your music is really like getting a lot of success right now is because kind of you're not really talking to some specific niche. You kind of, it's world, like it's wide. I don't know if you agree with me or no, but it feels like anybody that is feeling misplaced, maybe identity issues, maybe feeling, just I don't belong here, or I need to empower. See, like the scope is big.
You know what? It goes back to, I love different genres. I love it all, right? You know, because like I do the dance because I love it. I do pop. I do hip hop. Whatever. I like to mix. My solo project does have a certain sound, but I always like to combine. And also, this was another thing that everybody would tell me, no, you have to have a certain sound. We need to make you into this, like, I don't know what. And then you need to put this and you need to do this. It's the same thing, like, mucha, mucha, And I was like, honey, I do what I do, okay? You know what I mean? Leave me alone. So there was just so much of that. But for me, like, the main thing is I don't want to just have one. That's the problem. Those artists, with all due respect, they limit themselves. They limit themselves. So I can give you a Dancing in the Dirt, and I can give you a Lonely Girl, and I can give you Madness, Valentino Rossi. You know what I mean? I want to be that kind of artist. Because I can't just be boxed in one thing. So back to your question is that's what it is, because I want to I don't want to just be for some certain crowd or something, just for everyone, whoever loves the music and fucks with me and likes it, then come on the wagon, But
like, the way you're doing it, fam, it just comes within. I don't think like you make it, I don't know, maybe it's studied, maybe it's not, but the way I see it, it's like been very organic how you're doing it. It's like very Khastan in 2020. By the way, I wanted to tell you this before I forget. Rocket Ride, I think it's one of the most kind of underrated records. If that, like, I think that's a powerful, amazing record. I love it.
Really cool. I collaborated with really cool K-pop group.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the whole idea about you also collaborating, fam. There is a sense of I feel proud because you're also expanding. Like when people talk about Mougleta, like, okay, Canadian Lebanese, lived in the UAE a little bit. Arabiya at the end of the day as well, and it kind of opens the world. Wow, look at this incredible voice, look at this incredible talent, look at this incredible personality and passion. I mean, we're like 20 minutes now, mashallah, vibrant. Yeah, I
was like yeah, thank you. No, because God bless you, but you know what I always tell myself? I want to be the artist I never had growing up. And I'm very proud to be Arab. And definitely I'm proud of my roots and 100%, 100%. And, if anything, I want to achieve massive, really, really great things. So whoever, from anywhere around the world, and especially from the Middle East, they can look at me and be inspired and say, you know what, if she can do it and she was just some chick in Beirut, then you know what, I can. And every time I slip, every time I feel a bit weak, I say, hey, you lift your head up, because there's people that are following, there's people that are counting on you. So no matter what, that keeps my hands that's so tight, That's
very powerful what you're saying. Do you get messages like that, like from women, sisters, young girls that are like you?
A lot.
Wow.
And also Middle East, a lot, like, how this girl actually the other day was telling me, like, you're so lucky, my dad and my mom, they don't want me to do this, and they wouldn't let me do this, and you know how it is, and then they were so inspired. And that's why I said, when I was growing up, I didn't have that. I didn't have somebody like that to look up to, someone like that lived in the Middle East, is Middle East, like this cultured also. There wasn't, I don't believe even till now there is. I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure, but I just feel like I'm talking about in like the pop mainstream, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I got to ask you a question that's been it's been circulating, but I want to kind of see your
it's circulating gossip. Okay, tell me.
Gossip. No, actually, it's been going on. There is this thing, and I don't know, maybe you can answer it. There is no Arab artist who sings in English, who stayed in the Middle East, who made it. and it's a big debate. It's a big debate. Now there's a lot of people that are singing in English. They're Arabs, but they're singing in English, and they're based in the Middle East, but they can't seem to catch that break. يعني, if you have any input on it, what is you, for example, you, when I look at you, like obviously you're based in Germany now, you know? So yeah, talk to me.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to be honest.
Be honest.
I always fought that. When I was living in Beirut, I always said, because that's how I came here, through the internet. Because Patrick, the internet, he found me from the internet, you know? So I always tell myself, I said, no, I still believe that the internet is so powerful that it still can happen. You can be anywhere and it can happen. But the thing is with the Middle East is many things. And I have to say it, you know, because I've been there for. The first thing is they don't take this seriously. You take it seriously.
1 second, talking about the artist?
No, not the artists, the people.
The people,
like,
okay.
They don't. I'm not overgeneralizing. I'm saying majority don't. يعني بتغني أو بتكون you're in a place like, yeah, this singer, whatever. There's no ما في قيمة, if I can say بالعربي.
أيوة.
No, you know what I mean? You بتعطي قيمة because you, it's like, it's you can't compare. Like, you are like their Sony Music, their Universal, their this support. You know what I mean? For me, I did a lot of gigs, a big house, do it for free, exposure, this, that. No matter how much I worked, no matter how much I pushed in Beirut, no matter how much I went on radio, I put my songs on radio, whatever. It was a great start and God bless. But I didn't. No matter how much you don't, there's a wall. That's unfortunate.
What's that wall? What is it? Because it's.
And another thing I want to say, the problem is going back to also sometimes the people, it's the truth. Whenever you make it outside, they're like, oh my God.
أيوة.
Oh my God. Abroad. She's abroad. But then
هذه لبنانية حقتنا هذه من هنا تعال.
Yeah, but somebody in your own city that's so amazing, and they have a show like an hour, like in an hour, go watch them. They don't have. That's what I mean. This is the issue. We need to elevate our artists more. We need to make them as much as the people coming from outside.
Wow. See, I love that.
I interrupted you. I'm so sorry.
No. I mean, what you said makes total sense. The thing is, I've seen so many artists when you're singing in okay, let's talk about Isam Najjar. Isam Najjar used to sing a little bit, English, and then he dropped this record, Adalla Habi, which is very simple. Got really big on TikTok, by the way. Got really big or huge on YouTube, and then all of a sudden got the #1 Shazam record in the first time an Arab artist got the Arabic song on Shazam, top Shazam, record globally. Now that pushed a lot of people to change how they are. Wallahi, I without saying names, some rappers that sing in English or rap in English, صاروا يدوا عربي, and they launched a TikTok account, and I'm like, bro, it doesn't work like that. Like, it's just, So what I'm trying to say is that
I get what you mean. Oh my God, that's
everyone was like, I'm going to start launching a TikTok account, and then I'm going to start rapping in Arabic. Now, because Isam Najjar did it.
About being yourself, like if it works for someone, like you said, yani, because I really believe this, God has written really, yani, everyone's life is written. This is what I believe. Yani, khalas maktuba, yani, each person, like, you are supposed to do this. Now we were supposed to talk to each other. Then
yeah.
That's how it is. But of course you have to put in the work and push hard, but
Facts.
don't do that other people and copy. That doesn't work that way.
What was the you're talking about that dark moment, and I don't want to remind you of it before obviously you leave and you get that. But other than that, I'm talking creatively. What was like the most challenging thing that you had to go through as an artist to be where you are right now? And of course, I'm telling you, mashallah, you're still very young. You're going to go through challenges in the future. But I'm talking about up till now. What are challenge or challenges that you went through? Other than that period, is there anything else that you went through?
I believe personally for me, it was because, I left home when I was 22 years old. I'm 25 now. So, I mean, for me, it was really depending on myself and really living all alone, because I was really, I'm going to be honest right now. I was really dependent on a lot of people, on my parents, this, that. So for me, also a really big challenge and growth to me, as I feel like I'm like a human now, because it was before, it was like, I really was like pretty clueless, you know.
But,
Like
yeah,
it's
I hear
really
you.
unfortunate, but I didn't have that at a young age. I guess also with my culture and everything, I didn't just like leave home at 17 or 16. It wasn't like that. So I feel like a big challenge it was to do everything on my own, you know. And this is a very intimidating and difficult city as well. It's not easy. So really to do everything on my own hands, like this, that, I don't have any help, whatever it is, like. So this was something that really made me who I am today. This move and this growth, like coming here, really did shape me to who I am today, for sure.
Man. Random question, just to kind of take a break from this. Jungle Book, what does it mean to you?
The movie?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, that means everything to me, as you know.
What?
My name is Mougleta, and I am like Mowgli, but you know what? For me, this has always been like, sometimes I look at my name and I'm like, Mougleta? Like, am I crazy? Did I actually call myself Mougleta? But I love it. It's you know, this is so special to me because that's who I am. And
But do you see that the Mowgli in you has also evolved throughout? Like it didn't start with the same when you're calling yourself that. Now it's like,
for sure. 100%, but still I feel that I don't have a certain home, not in a bad way, but I believe that I know, again, that's pretty cheesy, it's what you make it, but it really is. Like for me personally, I'm not like, I know Beirut is like, it is very home to me, and then Toronto is very like, I feel like, oh my God, this is where I went to school and this, and then when I go to Dubai, like, oh my God, Dubai, and then when I go to like, to so many, and then Berlin, there's so many places I've lived at, but I still have this in me, you know, because it will always be like that I'm always like, no, I don't really have this like certain place, like one place.
Mougleta, I hope you're having a good time, and I hope you give us a few.
I'm loving this.
Okay, amazing.
It.
It's an honor to have you, fam. Like, you know, this is sometimes as you know, mashallah, you know, like I know you for a while, but you know, I'm a fan as well. So sometimes as a radio / interviewer, you wanna, like, I'm a fan of your music, fam. I'm a fan of your human. So keep rising. Now, a couple questions for you. Now, in terms of writing songs, and I want to know from you here, and I want you to be as amazingly honest as you are always. What has been the most difficult record for you to write? Like, when I say difficult, technically and emotionally, something that you struggled with writing until the whole product came out. ومشي الحال بعدين.
Wow, that's a great question. Big ass, let me tell you something. I'm kidding. You know what? Honestly, you know, okay. When I first came to Berlin, I did all the sessions alone. Like I was the only writer.
Okay.
So I would write alone. And then I started to discover co-writing. I was like, wow, I can like bounce ideas back and forth, because, you know, I'm all about teamwork. I'm all about working with other people. I'm not it's, with all due respect, it's cool if somebody wants to do it all alone, but I'm not like that. So I love to collaborate. So point is, I feel like when I started to co-write with different writers and everything, you know, it was a nicer process than just like always all alone and whatnot. I always like to bounce back ideas. But to be honest with you, I feel something that's released, because there are a few songs that were a bit difficult that aren't released, but I would be honest with you and tell you that
I want to hear those.
It was, yeah, honey, I'm going to tell you something. It's next. Oh, honey, I'm going to announce something on Buckle Up that I haven't announced to anybody yet.
Oh.
It's a big announcement.
Okay, well, okay.
It would be Lonely Girl. Lonely Girl.
Lonely Girl. Wow.
Yeah. That was because, you know what? Because I was rapping on that. You know what I mean? I was going in there. But the thing is, because Boki, you know, the writer that was with me, he said, you know, he was like, you talk fast. And then I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you talk fast. Why don't you rap? I'm like, I don't rap. I can't even freestyle. Like, what are you talking about? I'm a singer. You know, he's like, no. Listen, we're going to try this. We're going to put some auto-tune. We're going to go crazy. And I was like, I was going in there. That auto-tune, it helps. Listen, that auto-tune, it was crazy, but it was difficult because, you know, I had to get I felt like, especially for that song, and it's a great question because really, I do remember for that song, we stayed till probably 5 a.m, like going back in, like Hubi would be in the studio, he'd be working on the track, me and Boki would be outside and like there's like a little couch area outside, and then we sit down. No, we gotta change this. And I said, no. Okay, how about this? How about no, but how about this? We argue like, but
it's beautiful to bounce ideas. Like I think that's so cool. What's a song? Let's say you're performing right now live when COVID-19 hits over, whatever. Ya Rab, Ya Rab. What's your favorite track to perform live?
Valentino Rossi.
Aywa.
I love that song.
Oh.
That means a lot. World to me. That's probably like one of my favorites. It's like my number one favorite. Like, that one is everything to me. I love it.
What is it? Is it because obviously it was that first record you dropped after that kind of move? Does it have that sentimental value, or it's also?
Definitely, and it was my sound too. I felt like that. I was like, that's me. That's me, you know. It was just, it fits so right, and it was really cool because that was actually my first session I did with my creative team, with the people that I work with Hubi, and like that was the first song that we did together. So it was very special to me that we were like, whoa, like we really do click, because that was the first one, and it was like so special, like how we put it all together. It was really, really special to me, and to this day that will always be so special to me. I love it.
You know, one of the things I love about you, it's like I said earlier, is that versatility and diversity. Like, okay, you I believe you get inspiration from Nicki Minaj, Lauryn Hill, Christina Aguilera, going to Michael Jackson. I feel like a Madonna, like there's a lot of that. But that's beautiful to see, like the fact that you're shaping up to be like all these people and all these, but out of these names, or maybe somewhere else I didn't mention, Ferouz, I'm pretty sure you like Ferouz, right?
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
I love Arabic music. I'm of course.
If you would have the ability and the possibility to open to any of these names, who would it be?
To what?
To open for, to just perform before them.
Yeah. Whoa. Well, I would say Michael Jackson.
Jackson.
Of course.
Oh God.
No, not been a thought. I would say Michael Jackson.
You get inspiration from within. Like, you've lived in the streets of Beirut, streets of Dubai, streets of Canada, Berlin. Now you've been around. Your parents are, that they've been around. You've been around. So what inspires you as a songwriter?
Wow, honestly, Big Haas, when I'm proper down, man, the greatest shit come about.
Wow.
Like the greatest stuff. And sometimes when I'm a bit too happy, I'm like, oh. But really, because I personally, I got to take from real experiences, and it could be anything. And as a songwriter, anything can really inspire me. It could anything. When I did Valentino Rossi, I was walking on the street, and just certain things, I saw certain things, and then something happened, and then I was like, my baby is a sugar boy, he rum like a mother boy. I was just like quickly putting it on the via voice note, but it's just anything, and you can hear the street noises. So I always have my iPhone with me so I can take like melodies, but it could be literally any single thing. But I know personally, when I'm proper, like whatever it is I'm going through, man,
wow,
I know something good's gonna come.
What? Okay.
Which sucks because I sabotage myself.
February 4th, 2021. What's the best moment that ever happened to Mougleta?
Wow, you know what, because I would have to say it was incredible to have 2 songs on the top 100 German airplay charts. 2.
How big is that? Tell us more.
To be, I don't want to brag or anything, but
brag.
Knock on wood, really, it is not easy for somebody that's been living in Europe, in Germany for only 2 years, to have 2 top 100 on the Germany is one of the biggest markets in the world, and radio is a tough thing to crack. It's not easy, you know. So, and everybody knows, like, it's really difficult. So for me, I was really blessed, and I was really, really very appreciative of that. Like when I had the first top 100, I was like, I was really, really thankful.
What songs were
Dancing in the Dirt?
Mm.
Yeah, my latest single, it reached top 100, so I was really happy about that.
Oh man, and that's, I think, you know, like I think we, going back to what you said about bragging, do you think sometimes you need to kind of spoon feed people, telling them what you do, or you?
100%, Gunny. Listen, if you're not your biggest fan, if you're not putting that swipe up link, no one's gonna do it.
Swipe up link.
No one's gonna do it. If you're not going on there, if you're not your number one promoter, you know what I adore? So many artists, but I adore Nicki Minaj. I love this goddess. She would go, and after work, she would take her mixtapes. She'd hand them out like.
Yeah,
you know
passion.
If passion, this hustle, this drive of these artists, like a lot of artists that I look up to, like Nicki and Jay-Z and Russ, and there's a lot of people that I love. I feel like they really took they took their time to get there, and it wasn't just an overnight, and I really can identify with them, and I think it's so inspiring, and there's so many, but you know, the main thing is a lot of artists that I know, they don't want to post. They don't want to say. They don't want. I'm not saying to be cocky and whatever. No, there's a difference. But sometimes you got to be your number one fan. You got to be shamelessly. You really have to be put out there. You got to be pushing.
Mm-hmm.
You have.
You know, Mougleta. You talk about Russ, and Russ is somehow becoming like the way when he posts these, you know, interviews and all these talks, he's becoming, obviously the book, I'm not sure if you had a chance to read it, like it's all in your head.
Incredible.
You got it?
I didn't read it yet. You put me on the spot. No, listen, I didn't read it yet, but I'm seeing all the interviews and everything, but I'm going to read it because
a lot of people. So what I'm trying to say is that for me personally, at least, you know, like again, when I talk about, like, you know, I got no talent. I talk to people. I try to, you know, just engage. But you guys, when it comes from
have talent.
No. Let's not talk about that. But I'm talking about you right now. That's my channel. No, but thank you so much. I know what you think about that. But I'm خدام السين. I'm trying to the community, and what I'm trying to say is that people like you inspire me, and doesn't matter age or whatever, because you're a singer, songwriter, artist. So when you say it, it has a different weight than me saying it. And I think it's really important that you go on and talk about that. And which brings me to my next question: social media and topics generally. So you want to talk about, you know, self-esteem. You want to talk about being lonely. You want to talk about, do you use social media to address these things, or you depend mainly on songs, releasing those messages through songs?
You know what? I think it's really important to engage with whoever is following you. Because if I come along and I just say, hi, I dropped a song. Hi, I dropped a song. Hi, I dropped a song. You know, I wouldn't be connected to this artist, but if I see someone that's talking to me and telling me about their day and just talking about certain topics, and that's something that I always try to do. When you follow me, you know, I'm always like trying to engage and everything. Sometimes I don't have things to talk about, but I'm like, because I would be working on music, or I'd be so caught up with the release that I'm like, you know what? I should tell them that. I should tell them, hey, right now I'm so caught up with trying to decide. Like, so I think it's important to communicate, not just to be like with your songs. Like, no, I think it's so important with social media, with as a personality as well, and
Facts.
as, you know, your character. And I love people to connect with me, and I love to talk, and you know.
Yeah. No, I love that. I think it's important, fam, because again, it's like, you know, you're a human, you're not a machine. And I think when people know the real you, again, this is why it's crazy sometimes. Like some people don't. I mean, it's a whole marketing thing. You don't want to show more about you. Oh, you're like this you know, this artist that is like, you know, just away from the head spotlight. I don't know. كل واحد له طريقة يعني. But I do like it when an artist at least engage with the audience, which is important. Music business, Mougleta, you've been now through it. do you engage a lot with it, or you leave it to certain people? What are your thoughts about it when it comes to the business side of music?
The moment I engaged in it, that's the moment I succeeded. Don't ever,
Wow.
don't ever leave your work, don't ever in somebody else's hands, because the moment I let the wrong people drive the car, I went into the wall. I crashed into the wall. So, thank God now, my uncle is my manager, but he has been my support since I was like 15, God knows how old. And now it's like he's my manager. And
MashaAllah. God bless.
Shout out to Moya. He really likes you, Big House, as well. Moya, he's the
God bless him.
manager. God bless him. But really, it's not only because he's my uncle, but like he is the most incredible manager. Like he wants my best for me, like the best for me, like day in, day out. Like he's just like, where we like I am like, we're together, the pilot, the co-pilot, we're together. There's transparency all the time, and and everything is always also like the business, all the things like we discuss together and we do that's so important. You should never let somebody, that's your livelihood. You need to be managing. You need to be, of course, I have the help, but you need to also be 100% involved. Yeah, he's going to take care of it. Yeah, I don't know what. No, I know everything. I know every single thing, so.
I love that. I love that about you.
Thank God I have a great team. We4, all of them at We4, they're incredible. 4 people: Stefan, Hubi, Ingo, Claudia, Moritz. They are, God bless them. I am so lucky to have them. They are incredible, and my uncle is like my manager, my uncle. So, alhamdulillah. That's all I can.
Mougleta, how do you deal with negativity and criticism?
That's a tough one, because honestly, it's not easy. Of course, when I see a bad comment, it is hurtful. I have to say, all artists, I have a heart. We all feel things, and especially when you put your heart into it, you're like, that's hurtful. But you know what? Again, goes back to my point. I have an incredible army. Thank God. I have a great team, and they are so supportive, and they always, and this is very important, to have people around you that are not always yes, but also, help you out when it get rough. So when these things happen, it's always like, I laugh about it. I go back to like my manager. I'm like, oh, like this happened. He tells me something funny, then we laugh it out. But at the end, not everyone's gonna love you, and that's just how it is.
You're so passionate about always pushing yourself, being yourself. Like that is amazing to see. Have you ever doubted yourself?
Of course, of course, that's normal. Whoever would come to you and say, oh, I never did. That's not even, I would say that's important. Because if you're just like, never did, that's like, don't believe that bullshit. Of course, sometimes, but no matter what, and of course I have those days, because it's tough, it's tough with social media, and you compare yourself and followers and this numbers, you're like, why didn't when is it gonna happen? It's my 100th song. But you know what? At the end of the day,
facts.
I tell myself, my life, this is all written for me. I'm here for a purpose. I have a purpose. There's something great. There's something, big waiting for me. And, I always, and that, whenever that doubt or whenever those things come to my mind, I just think about someone drowning. And somebody drowning, and you want to get up because you want to breathe. You're pushing the water. And that's me. Whenever that moment happens, I'm like, oh, you bitch, you better shut the fuck up. I tell that voice in my head, I'm like, honey, you got to have that. I'm the shit. You got to have that, because you will drown. It's a shark eats shark. It is a really tough industry. It's
she dropping some jewels today on Buckle Up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, mashallah, Mougleta, I love everything you're saying. I'm like, wow, I'm fanning out right now because I think it's really important. Everything you're saying, mashallah.
It is important.
Let's talk about something I know it's important to you: supporting other women and supporting sisters. If anyone is listening to us right now, and again, I come from Saudi Arabia, one of the most conservative countries in the world. I've seen this happen. The story about her, an artist, a girl telling her family, I want to sing. Boom. I'm going to use the word qama. Qama means khalas, uskuti. There is no music for you. I've seen it, and now she works as a nurse, or she works as a creative digital whatever. Khalas, it's gone. What do you tell a girl right now that's listening to this part and she's battling through that? Does she fight her family for her dream? She loves singing. Is she good at it? Not yet, but she loves it. What does she do? What advice would you give her as Mougleta? Obviously, given the fact that you had a little bit of a different story with your family, they were a little bit, of course, supportive. They knew. But what would you give this girl who's like really wanting to do it, but the whole world is against her?
Wow. Honestly, this is an amazing question. I just want to say before I answer this question quickly that my parents weren't always 100%. I mean, I was in uni for 2 years in Beirut, and I remember this was like psychology class, youth of psychology. I remember my teacher watched me perform and she said, "What are you doing in my class?"
Wow.
Like, what do you mean? Like, I swear to God, Bible, like I'm telling you, I was in the class, Bible. No, I'm like the Kardashian, Bible. No, I was in the class, and she looked at me and she was like in front of everybody, "What are you doing in this class?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, "I'm in your class." She said, go out, go sing." And I remember my dad, I told him, "Please, please, please, just give me the shot, please." And then he went to the administration, and the lady said, "What are you doing? Why she let her go sing. She has a talent. She has a voice." This was like the head. And then my dad was like, "What?" Like the head would tell me this. And this is what, I have to say to your question, apart from she needs to push, and she needs to fight it all, because at the end you have to live for yourself. You cannot live for someone. You have to live for yourself. You have to be yourself. You have to do what you want to do. You say what you want to do. You love who you want to love. Just be yourself, fully you. And you shouldn't live because of, live because of someone else. You shouldn't do things or hold down your dreams because my parents. You're living for your parents. You know what I mean? And at the end, I know it's difficult to go against them, but we need, to your question, we also need teachers. We need our teachers. We need our support like you. We need the producers, the artists, the people to also, I had a lot of people that encouraged me. My teachers,
I love that you said that, Mougleta. Thank you so much for saying that. Quick story, long story short, there was this girl, she's in Medina, obviously in Saudi Arabia. And without saying names, I put her song on the radio about 7-8 years ago in Saudi Arabia. Her parents heard it. And when they heard me talk about her, they let her be. So I'm just saying it's a small impact thing. Now, is she still doing music? Not really. But like they kind of let her be. So it was interesting for me to see that. And I really agree with what you just said. It really struck a chord in me, because it's not only it's our duty as people who are around you, as teachers, as people who are like in the journalism or in the, once parents see it maybe from somebody else, they'll understand. Like, okay, my son or my daughter, I'm talking about here, especially with daughters,
100%. And at the same time, another thing I want to, whoever's watching, like, if you really, really want to do this, you really have to make sure, because it's really not easy, and you have to sacrifice a lot,
Yeah. No,
Shakira or Madonna, they weren't in nightclubs. They weren't they were in the studio, right? They didn't think, what am I going to do next week? They were thinking like, I got to do this. I have to put in the training. I have to put in the hours, for me, like I have distractions. I barely have friends.
I'm loving how you're answering every single question, right? I'm still have more pressure with Mougleta. Are you pressured to sing about certain things? I'm not talking about from the label or whatever, but as a woman in the industry, are you pressured to think like, okay, let me do this for me to be popping, let me do this, let me wear this? Is that something that you guys discuss maybe around you or around your team?
Not at all. Pressure maybe to make it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but
topics wise, writing wise, like fashion wise, all these things.
To be honest with you, like, thank God again, there is no pressure of a certain topic or a certain fashion. No, not at all. I never felt this like I have to look a certain way. Or that's why when I really truly found myself and I was like, this is who I am and this is me, that's the moment when I felt so free and so like, wow, like I know what I want to wear. I know what I want to say. I know. And it's okay because I think a lot of artists, they just are themselves, I guess, and I am that artist that, you know, I found myself, you know what I mean? So, because I have a lot of things in the past that I'm not so crazy about that I did or certain things. So I think it comes down to that finally now I'm like, this is me. And from Valentino Rossi. And I never felt like I was forced to wear something or like, again, thank God having like such a supportive and great team, you know,
Man.
it's very important.
When I go to your Spotify, I kind of like, you know, you go through the discography of what you do. You see that Talk to Me is like reaching 6 million, approximately 6 million streams.
Wow. Spotify's on fire, honestly. I'm so happy.
How do you feel? Like, how do you feel about that? The fact that, like, you know, like 6 million, that's like a mashallah, you know?
That's great.
Is that your most streamed track or?
No, I don't think. I think it's Losing You is my most
Losing
streamed.
You. On Spotify, it is Losing You, 6.2. Yeah, you're right. Wow. I mean, both of these records, you know? Oh.
No, I'm proud of myself on those. I mean, you know, it's of course, you know, like it's a numbers game.
No.
You feel like it's, you know, if there's a pressure, of course, as an artist, you always feel like, is it numbers and the numbers game and this and this and this? It's tough, of course, because, you know, it is what it is, you know, like people, you go and they see things, but I'm really, really proud of my team and proud of myself because it is a lot of it's hard work. And when I see that, when I see people are responding, and when I saw the other time I had like, I don't know how many Shazams from Saudi and Shazams from, and I was like, that's really cool, you know, like in different places. And when I go on the Spotify and I'm like, you know, actually Big House, it was a funny thing on Spotify. I think, you know, there's like artists for Spotify, right?
Yeah.
They tell listening now.
Yeah.
I'm always on that. I'm always chilling. I'm chilling with my listeners. I'm chilling with my babies.
Yeah.
And New Year's Eve, I was like, who the hell is listening to my song? It was like 200 people. It was like midnight.
What?
It was like 200 people.
You got 200 people listening.
It was 200 people. I was so happy. And then,
wow, that's a big number.
Sometimes it's the weirdest timings, like 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. There's always people listening. And that to me is so gratifying.
Just a random thing. Wouldn't you want Spotify to open a chat with these people? Like, imagine you can chat with these people, all of this 200 people. For me, I've always, when I go to the record and see one person listening in now, I'd love to know who that is.
Me too. I know. I was so curious though on New Year's Eve. It was so many. I was like, okay, maybe they're partying on like Talk to Me or like dancing with their partying. So I don't know. But yeah, it was really nice. And I'm, you know, but let me tell you something, Big House. 2020, I built that great foundation and I really pushed hard. But 2021, I'm coming all out. I'm coming like it's going to be crazy. I'm telling you from now. And my announcement is there's going to be an album this year.
Oh.
There's going to be an album. Imagine it doesn't come and I'm like, no.
It's done. How many songs?
Like right here. And I was like, I have to say it.
How many songs? Tiny detail.
Hopefully I'm aiming for like 12, 13.
Whoa, that's a real album. Okay. Oh, wow.
So really excited. Like there's so much great. To tell you the truth, I'm releasing my best work yet this year.
Yes, that's it. Yes, that's it. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard her here first. I'm telling you. You go on and follow this incredible, amazing artist. Mougleta, few more minutes.
So excited.
Few moments. And good luck to that. I think this is something very important, and I say it every single time. You guys as artists, as creatives, you release a product, 3-minute song, a 50-minute album, and then we as fans listen to it, and then sometimes you skip it. You say, this is trash, this is shit, this is amazing. And I think that's the stupid part of this whole journey, because like you took time to produce this 3-minute track or 50-minute. It took time. Sometimes it takes 3 months. Sometimes it takes 3 years, 10 years in some cases to develop one album. So just put that in your mind when you're like, I'm talking to the fans, like when you listen to somebody, try to try to understand where they're coming from. And I think right now, especially with music, I worked in Anghami for a couple of years. You know what the guys in Anghami said to me? Something I wasn't really a big fan of. I didn't like it, but that's the music industry. They said, Has, when a song start playing and for the first 3 seconds there's no lyric, the person will skip the song. I'm like, what do you mean? Just skip it. Like, I'm like, huh? Or 5 seconds. Like, what? Yeah, there are like metrics of what is a song right now, especially on streaming. It's so easy to listen, and you like swipe right or swipe left, and you.
So
Does
tough.
that bother you at all? Like the fact that we're listening to music like that now, or you're fitting into the new mold?
No, I understand what you mean. That is really annoying, and I hate that. I hate like I'm so against that. To make a song, we need to make a song for this, for that, for radio, for that, for pop. That's why from the beginning when I was talking to you, I told you like I just want to do. I hate to have this mold, but at the end of the day, I also understand like yeah, sometimes I can like if I want to put a song on the radio, I can't have it to be 5 minutes, right? And yes, true.
Oh, fam.
If I have a really long production,
I hear you. It's not.
I'm not happy about that. So
it's not Uncle Thum days where like the intro is like 20 minutes and then she starts singing. Like, wow. I hear you.
Lord, it's like an hour in and then it comes in.
Do you think that you'll ever like write political songs, like political, like stuff?
No.
Out.
No. If no, I'm not that kind of artist. Listen, at the end, I believe that every artist, you have to write about the times that we're living in, and I think and there are artists like that, and I have so much respect for those artists, and I think that's so beautiful. And I always touch on topics, like many different topics, but politics,
bad.
I will.
Politics. If you open your phone right now and we go to your MP3 player or a playlist, what kind of artists would we find? Like, give me some names that you're listening to right now, currently.
Wow. You know what? It is such a mix. Is such a mix. For instance, I was listening to Bitwannas
Yeah. Allah.
I love that. And then the next song I was listening to was like, what was it? It was Selena Gomez, her new track.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
It's called, but I really like it. Baila, baila, something like that. I'm not sure.
It's a good record.
It's the newest one. And then another one would be like Amy Winehouse. I was listening to Back to Black. And then I was listening to some Weekend. Like, it's such a mix. Like it's like current, but then old stuff. And then what was I? Oh, I was listening to Heat Waves. I love it. Currently a new track. Really, really cool. It's such... Oh my God, Big House!
It sums you up. Like, you're diverse. You're like, again, we call it. I don't know. I'm trying to see, like, you're like this threat in an incredible way. Mashallah. Like, when I look at you, your whole aura, what you stand for, how you're talking, I'm really proud of you. Seriously, I know it's like in the end of the interview or the middle or the end. I don't know where we are right now, but it's just a conversation that proud of you, fam. What you went through, how you went through. And what you were able to do, how you came out, and how you're like very convinced that being yourself is the most important thing. And that's the zubda. That's the butter of the conversation in terms of like, what's the summary?
Mia. And at the same time, that's bullshit. I want to just go back quickly to the guy that sent the ballad, the artist. Fuck them. Put out your fucking ballad, honey. Oh, what are you kidding me? That's crazy. I hate when people want to touch things and change them. And that's just,
What did you think about Isam and Najjar getting that #1 spot? Like, what did you think about it when it happened? What went through your mind?
I didn't know him though, and then once I follow a page called Mina Heat, and it was like so.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. They're so great, and I was like, oh my God, that's so exciting. That's so great, and he's singing in Arabic, and it's amazing. And I also love Arabic songs. I mean, come on, Arabic music is freaking beautiful. But for me, that was incredible, and it just shows you that, you know what, you can just be again, like music is universal.
ضربت. I mean, بالعامي ضربت. يعني like the أغنية, it's like when you, a lot of people, to be honest with you, a lot of people in the scene like, what? This is the song. I'm like, yeah, this is the song. Very simple, but it's also a TikTok generation. How are you on TikTok, by the way? Are you on?
No, listen, I am on TikTok.
Ah.
I'm not crazy about, I don't do the dances because I'm horrible at those like dances. You don't want to see me.
What?
No.
Nah.
But I think, you know what? It's really cool. I love how, you know, it's just, you just put it on, you sing and it's like any opportunity can happen and people can just come up and, you know, just, I think it's great. I'm not so consistent. I should be, but I'm always singing on there, you know, and I'm posting. So,
well, you know, yo, Mougleta, I mean, you're at least verified on TikTok, which is a cool thing. Okay. I promise you we're ending soon. I promise.
Don't even worry about it. I'm chilling.
You're the first time you ever stepped on the stage, were you in Lebanon? Just, I'm curious. Well, you were in the UAE.
No, I was in Toronto actually.
Toronto, okay.
And I sang. I was always performing there when I was 6, 7 years old. We were having like shows, and we would sing, "Stop in the name of love before you break my heart." Think it over. So all those classics, I know that from that time. And Man in the Mirror, we would sing and all that stuff. There was no TikTok at that time. We were going crazy. We were like, that was my essence. That was the beginning, you know. I learned all those classics. I remember all these songs. I was like 7, 8 years old, and I was singing Man in the Mirror and the Beatles and so many things. So I think that was my first like stage experience. And I just remembered how much I love to be on stage and to get that attention, to capture everyone's attention, to do that. It was so powerful. Like, oh my God, this is very, very powerful. I get their attention for like an hour or a few minutes, whatever it is. This is something very powerful.
I don't think I told you this before. There was one time you were performing in, I think it was for Anghami. I don't know. It was at the Media Amphitheater. I forgot what was the event really, but you were performing.
Yeah, it was in Dubai.
In Dubai.
Yeah, this was when I opened up for Mariah Carey in the Dubai.
That's the one. Okay. So I was having a conversation with somebody, and it was one of the most proudest moment of, like, you know, I just loved it because this is what happened. We're ordering something from a food truck, and like you're performing, you're doing crazy, and the dude said, like, what is that? Whoa. I'm like, man, I know Mougleta. You know, it was one of those moments where like you're so proud that you know the person on stage killing it. And the reason why I'm saying this story is you guys should have seen how Mougleta, was able to transform the fans, because everybody was obviously, you know, either waiting for, you know, Mariah, and people like, this is one of the very few times, and I say this not lightly, that people kind of stopped what they're doing and kind of focused on the artist on stage. I'm not a big fan of an artist performing and like somebody's eating a burger or whatever it is. I don't like that. Like, I'm not a really, you know, you were able to كل attention, like, and that is not easy. You got that stage presence, fam. The way you talk to the audience, that's something you have, mashallah.
Thank you. No, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. And that's the first time I met you. That was, I think, in 2017 or 16.
That was 16, I think. Yeah.
Wow, 2016, big house. We go way back.
Oh man, well, I'm proud, fam. Like, you're, like I said, it took like a few seconds. Like, khalas, it was like that, and it was, you know.
But had I known when I was talking to you, that's just the beauty of life and everyone's journey. Is everybody has a different journey to the same destination, and I believe like how. When I met, had we known we were going to now talk and everything, it's just really amazing at that time. And thank you very much. I mean, I love performing, and man, I love it. And I can't wait to be back on stage. And I think this is definitely something that I really, really am looking forward to do. So thank you so much, because I love it.
We love you. Okay. You know that I love your song. Yeah. I don't know what's about that song, but I love it.
Yeah.
Yo, billahi, just do a little bit of it just for me. Like, I just love it if you can.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm out here on my own since the day that I took the plane to the unknown. Whatever's gonna happen, at least I know for sure that if you don't try, then you never know, and then you never know, and then you never know. You can see the good when you come before the storm. You can see the good, just break down those walls. Anytime you feel like you can't get out of your bed, say goodbye to the trouble, there's lighters ahead. Oh, sing it with me. Sing it with me.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah.
What a record. I'm telling you, I see it in Bravo. That was amazing. It was just I see people vibing to it. Like I see you in a stadium or like in a big place singing that
Wow.
song.
It's uplifting. You know what? It's uplifting. And that day I made that song, I was really happy. We had such a great time in the studio, and it was one of those songs where I was like, you know what? Let's just give some like hope, and such depressing times. Jesus.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
just make people clap again, get up, and let's do it.
Okay, man, I keep coming up with questions, bruh. Okay, acoustic versions of song, is that something you like to do that? And I feel sometimes for me, and I love that you do that, and don't take it the wrong way. It's like she flexing, man. Like, okay, you're singing on that song, and then okay, it's acoustic, and oh my God, that sound good too. Like what? Like,
Oh my God.
is that something you try to do? Because there's a lot of acoustic versions to your song.
We're all kings and queens. We're all kings and queens. We're all kings and queens. Oh.
There is. I really love doing it because I feel also, I always like to strip it down,
Yeah.
especially for dance songs, because I feel if you can take a song and strip it down to just literally piano or guitar and it sounds very solid, and that's great songwriting. If it's like really if it's just alone, just with piano or just with the guitar, and it just everyone is already loving it, I feel for me that's important as well. And I wanted to also, a lot of the songs, I feel my voice, I don't have that much, I can't really go and do things with my voice. When you have a dance song, it's like, so that's why for Sweet Lullaby, for instance, I was like, wait a second, let's strip it down. You know what I mean? Like I'm always like doing different versions and showing people different sides of my voice.
Yeah.
And I feel that it just changes the song. And
like, Kings and Queens acoustic. Wow. That was
thank you.
And thank you for having me on the cover, me and my hero right here. Like, I'm like,
oh yeah,
wow. I mean, talking about
to
engagement, how many pictures was that on that cover? We're going to show it right here somewhere. But how many pictures did you get?
Over like 100. And you know what? Because every single person sent me their story, like a personal story. And it was many people that did that. And I was so really, I actually cried.
Can I ask you, like, when you asked people to send you the stories, did you, again, excuse my ignorance here, did you write the song after reading the stories? Or did you?
The song was already done.
Okay. So why did you ask people to send the story? For what?
You're so cute. Listen.
No, I'm saying it in a way.
Girl, let me tell you something.
I'm just saying the picture is cool, but like you asked specifically, write your story.
Right. Okay, for me, it was very important as well that as an artist, for me, I wanted to get to know, firstly, my fans and people that support me and everything. Of course, I just want to say, hey guys, like send me a picture. For me, it was send me this picture, this specific picture that's very important to you because of, tell me why. And for me, it was I wanted to know, of course, nice. I wanted to. Feel inspired by it.
But that's why it's important to you guys. Like, I mean, someone else may be like, hey guys, send me your best picture right here. Khalas, done. They will send you a picture. I'm pretty sure you received either paragraphs, sentences, whatever, that people sent you. How many pictures were on the artwork?
I think there were around 100. There was around 100.
Wow. That's
crazy.
Yeah,
there was so, because a lot of them also said, please don't share this. It's only like, they really
wow. You only got messages just because people wanted to share with you.
Yeah. A lot of people like, please, you know, I don't really want to say, but like it's, you know, and I said, of course, you know, and that's why I was so emotional. I was crying because
Wow.
I have this connection with so many of you know, my fans, that it's so beautiful. Like we're so close, and we talk all the time, and it's you know, it's very beautiful. It was something that was for them, you know. This was 100%. It was like, this is yours. I want you to feel like a fucking king and queen, you know. This is yours.
Man, and yeah, that was amazing. When it comes to production, do you feel? I'm not going to use the word pressure, but because you're huge. Obviously, you're Lebanese, Canadian, that Middle Eastern background. Do you feel that you have to put a Middle Eastern touch to all the stuff that you do? Well,
I love this question. Thank you for asking this question. When I first moved here, I was really confused about that, because I initially wanted, well, not, it wasn't really me, but it was really, you know, certain people around me were like, okay, you're Arab, so the way to set you apart from everybody else is we're gonna like do this whole like Arabic, like we're gonna do da 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 da.
Oriental shit. Let's go.
Yeah, like
I love this guy.
and I was like, okay,
Allah.
me love my Arabic, but maybe on one song, maybe on another song, but I'm not a fan of this is my sound and only this. This is when you box yourself, I believe. And I am a huge fan of like Kanye, of, you know, Ariana, all these artists, where Dua Lipa, you know, that they just, even when you listen to the record, every flipping song is different than the other. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of like, okay, now every song we need to add. No, I'm not with this, but I am for 100% adding, and which is in all my music, you have this touch. There's this Middle Eastern touch. We always have like a little darbuka. For Valentino Rossi, for the engine, it was darbuka.
Yeah.
That wasn't an engine. That was the
wow.
You know,
yeah.
Or you know, my melodies, you know, you can tell I'm Arab. You can tell from my melodies, you know, I'm always bringing that Middle Eastern touch 100%. There's undertones 100%, but even for Hold My Cup, you remember
I love that record. Hold My Cup. It's like an incredible record.
Hold My Cup.
And then had to towards the end of it, I was like, oh yeah, you know, that was that record.
Definitely for the upcoming ones, and I definitely maybe want to sometime in the future, I don't know, maybe sample. I'm thinking about it as well. I'm the kind of artist, I want to do it all. Like I want to do it all, everything. Like at some point I'll even do like a Arabic song record, whatever. I want to, you know, but I'm just step by step right now, you know. But definitely with my songs right now in English, there's always going to be undertones for sure, but not like this is you and we're only this sound. No, but there's always going to be a bit of the touches here and there. 100%.
Okay. I know I already took much of your time, but I'm really having a fun combo. Videos and Mougleta. Because I think when you drop a video, mashallah, the song just goes further. لحالها, you know? What's your plan for you know, good luck with the album, but for 2021, can we see more videos from Mougleta?
For sure. I feel like I haven't released a lot of visuals, and you know, visuals are as important as the music, and it's right. It's definitely not to find that person that's my Hubi, right? The Hubi is my producer, and it's also, it's not easy. It's something that, of course, I think a lot of artists struggle, because it's really not easy. Like the visual world also has to be as strong as the music, and you really have to put in
but for me, I look at it and I see like, mashallah, and you're able to reach a certain level of you're cracking the streaming world, which is like a world that right now people listen to music via streaming. It is what it is. Like you're on many playlists, you have a song that's 6.2 million streams. You know, like you it's dope. Also the numbers speaks for that, and I really wish you all the best. Listen, I think I could talk for another hour, but what I want you to take this time right now.
Quickly, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Go.
But yes, going back to your point that 2021, I'm going to have way more videos and so many more to come.
Amazing. I mean, I can't wait to do that, to see that. If you have, obviously 2021, you told us you're doing an album. Good luck with that. You're dropping an album. Amazing. Inshallah, Allah yuwaffiqik. I think after having this conversation with you, it just even validates like me, how I feel about you personally.
Wow.
It's like even a dalil tani, and wow, wallah, what you're doing, supporting this human, is you're on the right path, Has. So I just really,
Thank you so
I
much.
salute you, fam. If there's any people you want to shout out, anything you'd like to say at the end, so good. I'm gonna give you the air. Go ahead, Mougleta. Any shout outs? Go ahead.
Wow. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Firstly, shout out Big House. Woo! Thank you so much. Really, you know, we go way back. So you've been a real one. And I feel like really, especially from the Middle East, you're the only one and the most supportive. So really, thank you so much from that start point till now. And I just really want to say to all the people that support me, thank you so much. And my team, especially my team, you know, Moya, my manager, Hubi, Stefan, Moritz, Ingo, like we four, my label, we four, they're incredible. And of course, Universal Music Publishing, Patrick, Mate, these guys, really, I cannot do without them. So I really wouldn't be here without all of their help. It's a team effort. And I thank you that are watching me right now, that you took the time. If you reach to the end of this,
that's amazing.
I talk a lot. But really, thanks for fucking with me. Really, thank you so much. And I can't wait for we are in 2021, but I can't wait to release. There's something coming soon, very, very soon. So there's so many things, so many songs coming out, so many collabs. We're going all out. So
okay. Let's say that this interview drops in a couple of days.
Like the Emmy Award. I think thank you to my family too. My mother, my grandmother.
God bless. Family always. أهلا وسهلا, of course. Yeah. يعطيهم ألف عافية صراحة. I would like to give them a shout out. Seriously, يعني, shout out to them for giving you that, freedom, push, believing. Maybe in the beginning it was difficult, but now I see that, and that's amazing. But listen, if you let's say this interview drops in a couple of days, okay, from now, what can you give us other than the album? What else you're working on? Like a feature? Give us something.
Oh, of course, I have definitely March
or merch?
No, not merch.
Do you have merch? You should drop your own merch, Moog.
Yeah, but hopefully soon. But no, March, I've got a really exciting collab and single. Big Haas, I'm telling you.
She's like, I can't talk right now, Haas.
The engine rolling, but I have a lot of singles coming up, before, of course, the album, but there's going to be tons of singles. Also collabs, really exciting, actually, collab with really a DJ that I've been a really big fan of for a long time, so it's going to be a big surprise.
Ooh.
I can't say anything yet, but
okay.
Really excited. I feel one of the best dance tracks that I've done. I'm really excited.
Man, I'm telling you, go show love to Mougleta, you guys. This is her handle right here. Mougleta, thank you so much.
Really, thank you so much, and I can't wait to meet you. Well, I met you, but again, freaking Corona, go away.
I know. Well, we want to definitely invite you here. Mougleta, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, like and subscribe. And we say peace and love. Mougleta, put your peace sign up. Let's go.
Bye. Thank you.